Hi guys, welcome to another video. There are some luxury items out there that we just feel we have to have. There might be a viral trend, it may be that they're just everywhere on social media, it may be that they're sold out, and it just feels like a frenzy that we just have to get on board and we have to have them. I have got 10, maybe 11 things to show you. Actually, I haven't got them to show you. I've got some to show you because I'm going to tell you all the trends that I have jumped on because I felt I was going to miss out and how they went for me. And we have very different results. Let's get going. Some of these items I do not have because they didn't work out for me, which tells you maybe that we shouldn't be following the trends and worrying about getting things that are everywhere on social media. However, some have really worked out for me. So let's start with one that has worked out for me. Try and knock everything over. The P9. The Speedy Pharrell Williams P9. This is the size 25. It has got currently all my things in it because I am using this constantly at the minute. I love this bag. This bag was honestly so hyped, probably overhyped, and I didn't jump on this straight away because firstly they are a ridiculous amount of money, and secondly the first drop, the colours just didn't, there wasn't one colour in there. Much as I like them, there was nothing grabbing me. Then this one came out and I thought I'd miss this one. Anyway, it's a whole story, go and have a look at that video. But this was a trend that I just, not necessarily a trend as in something that's trendy, but this was out there everywhere and I kept seeing them on social media. And then I got my hands on one when Amelia brought hers to New York, and that was it. I just thought, oh my goodness, they are just so spectacular. I absolutely adore this bag. So this was one of those viral things that I suppose was sold out, it was hard to get, and I just wanted one. But I also knew that I would love it because I'd got my hands on one before, because I knew I loved this colour and because I love the Speedy. So it wasn't really a risk, and that definitely worked out for me. I'm going to quickly move on to one that I am on the fence. I still have it, but I am on the fence. You may know what I'm going to talk about. It's this one. It's this one. So this is the Speedy 30 from the Murakami collection. I have shown this a few times. I've done first impressions and everything else. On the face of it, I adore this bag. This is like, it should have been the perfect thing. It should have been the perfect thing because it is a darker background, which I really like. It's Murakami, it's got something about it. It's a Speedy. I love the Speedy. I have a Speedy 30 in the graffiti, so I know that I love the Speedy. So why am I on the fence? Well, the reason I jumped on this one, and this is where I'm going to be extremely honest about this. I wanted a bag from the Murakami collection. I was hoping something was going to come out, and I knew I wanted the black multicolour. And when I saw the lookbook and I saw I suppose the choices of bag in the black, I wasn't disappointed because I thought I would love this. But this was by far, this is not even by far, this was the only bag that I was interested in. The only other one I sort of thought, oh, that's quite cute, is the East West on the go, but I was never going to buy that one. So for me it was a no-brainer. It was this one. However, would I have bought this if it was in a different design? Or I don't know is the answer to that, but I wanted something from Murakami. So even though I thought it could be boxy because of the corners, it might be, yeah, a bit clunky, a bit heavy, all of those things, I still went ahead and ordered it because I wanted something. So that was another hyped thing where it was, I have to have a bag from the Murakami collection, rather than it being, this is the bag that I love and I've looked at it and I really want it and I know that style will suit. I knew that that would suit, but my initial thing was, I want to get something from Murakami. So yeah, why am I on the fence? Well, it's just, I think after having, and it's not fair to compare them because they're completely different price points, but after having this one, this is just, it's so soft. The leather is amazing. I like the slouch, and honestly, without your things in it, it's got quite a few things in it, but without your things in it, it literally, yeah, it just squishes to nothing. And some people don't like that, but I do. It's so comfortable. It's a lovely crossbody size as well, so that is different. But yeah, this one, it's just very difficult. Wearing this crossbody, it's a bit too big and bulky, and I thought I might be able to get away with it. It's too big and bulky. It is quite heavy compared to, say, the graffiti one. The corners, I like the look of it, but it does keep its shape, which I don't know. I'm just a little bit on the fence with it. So has that worked out, me jumping on Murakami? Yeah, to be discussed again at a later date. Following hot on the heels of that, or at the same time as that, because I wanted something from the Murakami collection, I also thought I have to have the key clay. I have to have the black multicolour key clay, and so I ordered it the same time I ordered my Speedy. In my head, that was the piece. Everybody would want that one, so I wanted it. And I've always said I don't tend to follow the crowds as such. I'm quite a classic sort of girl, so yeah, I don't go for really trendy type pieces that come and go. I tend to go for more classic style things. However, the key clay is a classic, and I know that I love the key clay from Louis Vuitton, so of course I wanted it, and I just didn't even give it a second thought. And I never even picked up that item, because by the time I went to pick it up, I decided that I'd made a mistake and I didn't need another pouch. I have got varying pouches. In fact, they're all in this bag at the moment. So I have pouch number one, the one that comes with the Speedy P9, which is a fantastic size. It's just that little bit bigger than the original key clay, but it does have the key chain on it. It is fabulous. I also have my mini pochette, which is a staple. I also have my Goyard again, which is a keychain, and again, this is a fantastic size. You can see it's just a little bit smaller than this, but it's a little bit bigger than the actual key clay. Now, my actual, nearly hit myself in the face, my actual key clay is downstairs, but I have the one in Empreinte leather, the bicolour one, and I use that every single day for my car key, and I just love it. I also can fit a couple of other things in it. I don't need another one. What on earth? And that was me literally jumping on the hype and thinking, hopefully I can get one, because this is one that everybody's going to want. So I suppose I had in the back of my mind that if it didn't work out, I could always resell it and somebody would love it. As it happened, my friend Claire from Claire Louise Looks, hers didn't arrive on time, so we did a thing and she took that one. I then got the Romy card holder, which I love. Now I've got the correct one with the panda. I can start using it and I absolutely love it. So yeah, no regrets with that one. But the key clay, yeah, another thing that I jumped on the hype rather than thinking it through, honestly. So Murakami sort of has quite a lot to answer for. Oh, we'll come back to whether the bag is a success or not, I think, in time. I think it needs to bed in a little bit with me. So we will see. And the next few things I'm going to talk about, I've got a couple of things that I don't have anymore. So they tell you straight away that they didn't work out for me. The first one, I have no idea if I can find any photos of this. I will do my best. And again, a whole story. I went to Paris and it was the first time that I had ever met Amelie from Amelia Rosa's Closet. So that trip brings amazing memories for me, because yeah, that's where I met her and we had an amazing time. Anyway, I'd had a bit of a fall. Again, a whole story. Another video tells you all about that. I had a fall on the way to London, and it was a couple of days before we went to Paris. Anyway, by the time I went to Paris, I was still really limping and had a really swollen ankle and foot. So what does somebody who has a very swollen ankle and foot do when they're in Paris? Yeah, she goes and buys some shoes. For a seemingly intelligent person, I can honestly make some very irrational decisions. Anyway, I bought these shoes and they were denim. They were in the black denim, and these were sold out everywhere. This print was everywhere, and I saw these flat slingbacks and I thought, yes, I want those. So what did I do? Yes, I tried them on with my good foot, and my bad foot, I thought it'll be fine. But of course it wasn't fine, because my feet are slightly different to each other, and when I got home they were too big, because when my foot actually went back to the normal size, and actually I think my left foot wasn't the normal size when I tried them on, because we've been walking all day, so my feet had swollen anyway. So when everything went back to normal, they were too big. What an absolute ludicrous thing to do. Anyway, I managed to sell them. I sold them really quickly, and I was very, very lucky, because they were sold out everywhere, that I did manage to get, I think I got my money back on them. I think I did. And I probably made somebody really happy, but that is not a good thing to do, jumping on something just because it's there. Especially shoes where, yeah, they have to be the right size. It's not like a bag where you think if it's, you know, you can see it, you can try it on or whatever. The shoes have to fit you for you to be able to wear them. Anyway, that's the whole thing, isn't it? So yeah, do not buy shoes on a whim when you're shopping, even without an injured ankle. Don't be buying something just because it's hyped up, because your feet could have swollen anyway from all the walking. So anyway, that was a hyped up one that I bought and regretted very, very quickly. I have some more bags to talk about, so stay tuned for that. But another item that I bought on the same trip in Paris with Amelia, I'm not blaming Amelia, but she was there, and this did not work out for me, and I knew it wasn't going to. I was just, I was caught up in the moment. Oh, so we went to Louis Vuitton on the Champs-Elysees, and I had seen the toiletry pouch. Now these, I'll put a picture up if I can find it. If not, I'll find an image of one. And this, they had stopped the discontinued the usual toiletry pouches at that point. And of course, you know what I'm going to say, of course they brought them back. But at the time they had discontinued in all the sizes, and they were starting to bring out a different version. So it was the version, was it the 24 size, the bigger one, but instead of being a toiletry pouch, it was still called that, but it had black leather on the edges, and it also had a black leather interior with card slots. So it was made to be more of a travel pouch. And this again was hyped everywhere. Nobody could get the toiletry pouches. Everybody was going mad. We went to Paris. They had one with the black trim, and I just jumped on it, because again, they were sold out everywhere. I thought I really wanted one of the cosmetic ones, but no, this one will do. I never used it, never ever used it, and I sort of half persevered. I even bought a handbag, what did you call them, a conversion kit from Handbag Angels, and to try and make it into, and I tried it on once, and it wasn't, the conversion kit was amazing, it wasn't that style, just I didn't like it as a bag. So I sold it, and I made an absolute ridiculous loss on that, because again, I thought in Paris it's sold out everywhere, and actually at the point I wasn't thinking of reselling anything. I just bought it because I wanted it. But yes, before long, by the time I decided I was not using it, didn't want it, may as well sell it, they brought out the new toiletry pouches and they had the ones edged in black. They had a huge stock of them. So yeah, who was going to buy mine for any decent money? Nobody. Absolutely ridiculous purchase. Next on the list are shoes. So we've already talked about the Chanel slingbacks that were a disaster. Yeah, I have two pairs of shoes to show you, but they have differing outcomes, if you know what I mean. So they are these ones. So we're talking about the rock studs, the Valentino rock studs, and we're talking about the Yes, the state of them, Louboutins. So let's talk about the Louboutins first. So these were hyped everywhere. Everybody was talking about the red sole of the Louboutins, and I wanted some so badly. And these are my first ever pair of Louboutins, and I bought these in the Louboutin store on Mount Street in London many years ago. And you can see they are absolutely wrecked, and they need resoling. These are, I forgot what these were called. I have no idea. I'm sure I knew back in the day, but these are very high, but they have a very big platform. And these are in the, I don't know if it's coming up, these are in the black satin. These are the most beautiful shoes. I wanted these so much, and I managed to get my hands on them, and they are absolutely crippling. But I didn't care. I wanted these, and I bought them, and I have worn them to death. And every time I get these out, they cripple me. But they sort of have been sort of worth it, because I think, and I know this style actually died a death and went, all these platforms went, and I've seen them coming back, so I think these are coming back. But at the time, these were the sexiest shoe. Little black dress, these shoes, really nice handbag, done. Jeans and a blazer, these, oh, I love these so much. However, what I want to talk about, and again, these were really hyped and everybody wanted them, everybody had them, and every time you saw somebody and you just got that little bit of red, it was like, oh, I love those. Yeah, I ended up buying other things after this. So I bought a pair of boots, I bought 2 other pairs of like more nude shade pumps. They were all an absolute disaster. The boots fell apart without, honestly, they were terribly made, really bad. I sold 1 pair of the nude pumps because these had a little bit of give in them just because they were satin. The patent ones, oh my lord, crippling. So again, I went on that hype of, I have to have Louboutins, So it sort of has, it hasn't been a complete disaster. These were great, although crippling. So let's talk about the Rockstuds. Everybody had the Rockstuds, didn't they? And I was obsessed with them. And I just thought, I have to have them. I went for the black, obviously, the black patent with the sort of more neutral trim. And I went for the higher ones. And honestly, I just think these, I think even now, I think they've had their day, haven't they? Probably. However, I still think that these look absolutely beautiful on the foot. I think they're an absolutely stunning shoe. But I always found these crippling. Everybody, I'd seen lots of reviews on YouTube. It was when I first went down the rabbit hole of YouTube, of luxury YouTube, and I saw these everywhere, and everybody said that these were really comfortable for high shoes. Not for me, they're not. And I know we've all got different feet. I've quite wide feet. Oh, anyway, I have funny feet, I do. But yeah, so you can see from these, I have literally worn them a couple of times, and that is it. The heels are still pretty much perfect, pretty much. Yeah, I have worn them, but they are still very good because I've hardly worn them, literally a couple of times, because they have absolutely crippled my feet. So they sit in a box. I still have all the box. They sit in a box, and I've tried to sell them a couple of times. They are a size, just in case anyone's interested, they are a size 39.5. I'm usually a size 39, so I went up half a size in these, and these fit me. They do fit me, so anybody that is a size 39, they will fit. If you want them, let me know. Send me a DM on Instagram, because yeah, I couldn't sell them on Vestiaire, and yeah, they're sat in a box because I just find them crippling. So I'm not selling them to you guys, am I? I'm not selling them as these amazingly comfortable shoes. I find them crippling. You might not. Anyway, so they were, again, absolutely everywhere. Hyped. And I had to have them. And they were, I want to say a full disaster, but pretty much, because they're just, yeah, they just weren't for me. Okay, back to bags. Now, I bought, and again, I mentioned this in a recent video, I remember when the Pochette Métis was everywhere on social media. It was absolutely crazy. It was the first time that I'd really been aware of Louis Vuitton, of something going absolutely viral. And I just thought, I have to have that bag. I have to have that bag. It's monogram, it's Louis Vuitton, it's really practical. I have to have it. And I went into Leeds and I went into the LV store and I said, oh, there's this bag called the Pochette Métis, and they literally laughed. All of them laughed. And I said, is that, I said, sorry, does that mean that you don't have one? And they were like, absolutely. She said, if we had £1 for everybody that had asked for one. So yeah, they just thought it was hilarious that I thought that there might be one in store. Yeah, and I managed to, I said, how do I get my hands on one? And they said, well, we'll put your name down, and if one comes in, we'll let you know. And literally, it was only, do you know, it's a long time ago now, but I think it was like a week or two later, that's all. And I thought I was the bee's knees, I'm not going to lie, because people were still clambering to get hold of one. And then, not long after that, it was my, and I hope my friend doesn't mind me mentioning this, it was my friend's 30th, and her sister messaged me and said, can you help me get a Pochette Métis for her sister for her 30th? And I said, I will do everything I can, but it's not going to be easy, because it was way before I knew James at LV. In fact, it was probably way before he even worked at LV. And yeah, I just said, I don't really have a contact, but anyway, I found somebody in London, and I think it was Sloane Street, and that's a whole story in itself, where we got one. She said, I have one, you can have it, but you have to buy it today. And I said, that's fine, I'll buy it. And she said, you have to come into store. And I was like, I live, like however many miles away. I don't live anywhere near London. Please send it to me. No, we can't do that. And it was like, oh my goodness me. And I said, I'll transfer the money now. I'll pay for the delivery. No, we can't do that. If you don't come in today, then we can't save it for you. And it was like, oh my God, nobody could actually get to London. So I was then ringing my friend's sister, trying, because this was all a surprise, and she was saying, I'm going to get on a train and go get it. So I rang the lady back and I was like, this is ridiculous, but she is going to get on a train and try and get there. And she said, oh no, it's sold now. So they hadn't held it for me at all, and we were absolutely gutted. Anyway, she did manage to get another one, and my friend went down to London for the day to pick it up. Anyway, that's just a story. And my friend who got it for her birthday was absolutely blown away, because yeah, she loved that bag, because she'd seen mine, she tried it on, she loved it. And to be fair, I had said to her sister, if we don't get one, you can have mine. She can have mine and we'll sort it all out, because I wanted her to have that for her birthday. Anyway, she got it, she loves it, she still uses it loads, and it was so sold out, she couldn't believe we'd managed to get our hands on it. Anyway, the whole story of that, I've gone off on a right old tangent, but the whole story of that is literally, that hype was real. And I had that bag for a while, I did use it. I didn't love it. I did not love that satchel style, and I ended up selling it. And then I bought another one, East-West version. Anyway, that's all in another video. But yeah, the Pochette Métis was crackers, absolutely crackers, how hyped that was, and I had to have one. Okay, the next bag. Now, this has turned out to be one of the best things I've ever bought. So it was a good one, and it's the side trunk. The side trunk was so hyped. I don't remember it being as crazy hyped as the Pochette Matisse, for example, but my goodness, I saw this and I cannot remember where I saw it. I don't know if I saw it on social media. I don't know if I saw it on the runway. I have no idea, but I went into Leeds, and that's when I met James. And I met him in store, and anyway, all sorts happened after that. But this was the bag that got us, got me and James together, bless him, because he got this for me. This was sold out everywhere. Everybody wanted the black, and there was a tan colour. I think that was sold out as well, but everybody wanted the black, and also there was a monogram, which again was sold out. But I was black, black, black. This is just incredible. And we ordered it. I had to wait quite a few weeks for it from Paris, but that didn't matter. I just was, can you get one for me? And he was, I'll do my best. And he did. He came through and got it. And I was so lucky. And I have had so many messages from you guys since I revealed this one, saying how you've tried to get hold of them. Even now, they literally, you don't see them even for resale. I think they are very rare. So whether people that have bought them have just really liked them, have kept them, so you don't see them so much on the resale market, or whether they just didn't produce that many of these, because this is the one with the embossing on it, or debossing, I never know which is which. And the ones that are out now, there's loads of different side trunks now. At the time there was this one, the same as this in tan with gold hardware and the monogram. That was it. Now there's so many different ones, all different limited editions, there's different sizes now. So you will be able to find one, but not this exact one with the LVs. They tend to be, I think there's like the Malatage ones, or I can't remember, there's lots of different ones anyway. But yeah, that was one. It was really well hyped. I wanted it and I managed to get it, and it has been amazing. That is a forever piece for me. And I didn't put it in my forever bags, and I have no idea why. That is a forever piece for me. Another hype. Now, I don't have this bag anymore, but I do have something else to show you that represents it. So let's talk about this. My other forever bag. I love this. This is the Fendi First in the midnight blue sequins, and I just adore this bag. Anyway, the reason I wanted to talk about this is the sequins. I am not a blingy person by any stretch of the imagination. I like very plain and simple, classic styles, timeless pieces, all of that. I like more muted colours. I do like colour. I like purples. I love blues. I love forest greens and burgundies, and I don't like bright colours. But I also don't like pearls. I don't like anything too blingy. So glittery things or sparkly things, sparkly things. And yeah, I saw all of social media, but particularly quite a few of my very good friends on here on YouTube. They all are absolutely in love with the Fendi Baguette in the sequins. And I understand why, because they are just amazing bags. They are. But I don't know, some of them were not for me. The colours maybe, and this is why I love this one, because the midnight blue is just beyond for me. So when I saw some of the sequin baguettes, I just saw that as a massive hype, and I just thought, oh, I would love one of those, but when am I going to use it? I don't think it is really me. I'm not that blingy. I don't know how I'm going to style it. And then I found the mini baguette in the purple, they called it the Purple Rain sequins. And the reason I don't have it is I sold that bag to Meredith because she wanted it as part of her collection. And I knew it wasn't really, I loved it. I thought the purple was beautiful. I sort of, in a way, wish I'd got the bigger size baguette. I think that would have probably been a bit better for me. However, I was so happy to let that one go, because by that time I had this one and I just knew that this one was more me. Even though it's blingy and sparkly, it's not in your face. The colour is very much me. It's very muted, and yeah, I think there was something, I don't know, sometimes I look at some of the baguettes now in the sequins and I think, oh, but they're so nice. But I think it's just because I get get a little bit of FOMO with it, and I think that is it. So I'm happy I sort of dipped my toe in the water with the mini baguette. I'm so happy that Meredith was able to take it off my hands, because that was just brilliant, and I love that it's living with her now. And then the Fendi First is my bling. So yeah, I just wanted to mention sequins because they have been everywhere, haven't they? And I do have my sequin Chanel bag as well, but again it's very muted, and I've just realised what suits me the best. And I think hopefully at the grand old age of 53, maybe I am learning. Maybe I'm learning. Anyway, I'd love to know some of your pieces that you have seen go viral or that are trendy and just want to get your hands on them. Let me know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on another one.